This week on Big Eyes, Jump is on break, so we open up the phone lines and we get a very special guest to join us to talk about the Big Eyes power rankings and everything that's happened over the last few weeks with some of our favorite mangas. So stay tuned to listen in on episode 110. Let's get it.
The Big Eyes Podcast.
Welcome back. All new episode of Big Eyes, episode 110. As always, with AD and LJ. Also got a very special guest with us. We opened the lines up because, Jump is on break this week. And, we just wanted to see what people were saying. Like, how you guys feel about the recent rankings, the Big Eyes power rankings that we've had. We got one very special member here. We got Skip. What's going on, man?
Was good, my guy. Was good. Appreciate the open call. Feels like this is wrestling, and you don't know who's coming down the ramp, and I'm coming down the ramp for you guys. But no, I think the recent one was pretty good. I mean, I think for the most part, all of the rankings have been good. I mean, I know, y'all been hard on My Hero, so y'all know I'm a My Hero advocate, even though sometimes it be making me look really stupid. But I think all in all, it's a lot of balance to the force that y'all been doing. You know. I do think whatchamacallit, the two comedy mangas that we have in Shonen Jump, I think y'all people should be like really tapping in when y'all talk about it, because y'all basically got me into it, and I'm like, as a person that does comedy on a regular basis, like that is some real shit of like what comedians go through. So I'm really happy that y'all don't just make the power ranking just battle manga focus. Like you guys really make it a diverse kind of like palette for people to tap in to different reading material. So I ain't come in with the smoke like Cyrus thinks I was. No, I think after sitting back, I was like, yo, these guys make sense. Like, I just think y'all be kind of mad at My Hero when it comes to whatchamacallit. Like, you gotta let that dude talk his shit. He gonna die. So I was like, when Dobby be talking, like, to me, it's like, yo, he's doing a swan song right now. Let him burn out. He gonna die. Shoto's about to do some life lessons.
He ain't for to
Now,
die, bro. Horikoshi
die,
ain't
bro.
for to kill that nigga. No,
He's
not.
gonna kill him, bro.
I promise to God,
Do
this
I have
nigga
to?
is not
Yo,
gonna die.
you even said it, bro. Both of y'all said it. You have to scroll the chat. He's going to burn out and die. Like Dobby's going to die. There's no way he's going to stay alive after this.
Even as much as I even want that to happen, I know that Horikoshi won't bring it that far.
So here's my view on it, because I'm like, I want him to die so Horikoshi can.
I want him to die. That's funny as hell. I'm sorry. I want him to die. Like that nigga need to die immediately.
I don't want him to die because it would be nice to have him around, but like at the same time, he gotta die for the sake of the story. Like if you're gonna push the narrative forward and have all of these other villains that have been dying in the past, at least let them all go. And
wait, all these other villains that have died, who has died as a villain?
What's his name? From the Overhaul arc.
You can't even remember my nigga's name.
I mean, I can't remember his name, but I'm just saying, like,
who? I'm just saying, who died?
Twice has died, and what I'm saying, they're falling along the way. I'm just saying, like,
Twice was suicidal though.
But I'm just saying he died for the cause.
Twice,
so I'm just saying,
Twice really needed to be an inpatient. Twice just really needed some therapy. That's really what that was. Twice just needed to go be in the ward for a little bit.
I mean, you're
Twice
right about
was Moon Knight before Moon Knight, bro. Twice was Moon Knight before Moon Knight, bro. That dude had all these personalities, didn't even know which one was the real one. Then he found out which one was the wrong one, and then by the time he died, that was it.
Crazy. Dobby's not dying. I just listen. As much as I think he will, I mean, not even as I think he will. As much as I would want it to happen and would think that it would be a perfect ending to his story and conclusion, like I don't see Horikoshi pulling that trigger on him dying. He may burn out. He may very much get close to death and cause serious harm to himself. but I just don't see. I don't see any way where he dies. Like
So,
if he does, cool, great. I'll eat the crow. Y'all know me. I'll say if I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, I listen. I'll say it, and I'll be like, damn, Horikoshi finally did some of. I wouldn't even call this a risk. I wouldn't even say this was risky killing him. It was just he actually followed through with it.
but that's what
But
I'm saying.
I
Like
just I just don't see I don't see the follow through coming with Dobby at all.
but that's what I'm saying. Like if you let all of the villain, you got to let all the villains go because there's still that story element to them where they were all shafted by Hero Society. Them dying for the cause right here and right now to make the stand when they've exposed like what's going on with Endeavor, and they haven't even gotten to the All Might stuff yet. But All Might's not a hero, and ever since he stopped being a hero, shit has gone left. So I think them all dying for the cause in itself just to show like the heroes when really put under pressure will fold. You know what I'm saying? But there will be those ones that stand up to it. So that's what I'm just saying. Like him dying for at least that cause for the
All right, who
ending
y'all?
of my hero. That's it.
I believe there's going to be 3 deaths if they happen. There's going to probably be 3 deaths before this series ends. Who are who are the 3 people you think are going to die?
Dobby, All Might, and well, I'm just gonna say Dobby, All Might. The third person I'm gonna have to go through my brain, but Dobby, All Might definitely have to die. And that old man, old geezer, the guy with the creep, is a guy. He's on his
Oh
last
man,
leg.
bro, listen, he's
He
so
already
man.
died,
Listen,
right?
I
Didn't
don't
he
care
already
about
die?
that
Didn't he
man.
No,
already die?
No, he
no,
did not.
no.
Okay, my bad, my
No,
bad.
no, bro, did not die. He should be dead by now. But whatever. I don't know why they make this old man so OP. I don't get it, man. He ain't really built like that. He ain't really, but it is what it is. Okay. I do. I agree with two. I agree with those two
Yeah,
in terms of people are gonna die. Third one,
it's gonna be the layup for me and say all for one.
I mean, to me, that's expected. It's kind of like I don't know, because I feel like because I'm trying to even go back to what LJ said, like with Dobby. Like it's there's only 2 ways I can see with Dobby, and then I'm gonna go back to all for one. Like Dobby would have to be
what
either
Who's
killed
Endeavor
like
fighting right now?
He's
he's supposed
fighting
to be getting ready for
all for one.
yeah.
Endeavor
He's
dies.
he's
Dobby doesn't
he's
die. Endeavor, All Might, and All for One, all die. Dobby doesn't
interesting.
die.
So you're talking the old
All the
guard.
OGs die.
I don't see Endeavor dying for just him making up for his family. He has to go through that Vegeta redemption arc.
No. But
No,
okay,
but he kind of already did.
Nah, not really. Like,
Come on, man. My nigga was crying to my nigga saw his wife and all that and started breaking down in tears in the hospital and hugged his son and like, man, listen.
so he had that in the
A
first half.
redemption arc.
He
He's
had
not
it in the
getting
first
that
half,
redemption arc.
but like after Dobby getting exposed, like as the lost son, like he has to get this redemption arc. He
No,
has to go.
it's not.
That's
He
what the
can't
whole
get
purpose.
that though.
That's the
He can't
purpose.
get that
You
I
you
though.
think
you just gonna deny
no.
my man's the clutch moment for him to
No.
like.
No. I think LJ's onto something because I'm thinking because I was going with Dobby and he's talking about this. So if Endeavor's there, right, and let's say for example, just to buy time for Deku to come, let's say Endeavor, nobody there can do anything with All for One, right? So for them to die, Endeavor might be close to death, and All Might gets there first. All Might uses the last of energy. Both of them die. By the time Deku gets there, basically both his teachers are dead in front of him. He goes up another level and he gets rid of All for One. To me, it kind of makes sense because Todoroki is taking care of Dobby in Endeavor's place. So he's already had his conversations. He already basically kind of had his goodbye with his kids and asking for forgiveness as the number one. And he basically is, setting up the stage for Deku to come save the day. So I think I can see what LJ is talking about with that. It kind of makes sense to me.
Also, Dobby dying means Shoto loses in terms of like Shoto has, we haven't really seen him have his big W yet, and like even in this last chapter of him talking, like even his brother saying, like, boy, like this whole time you've been just holding back, you've been, comparing yourself to others, you've been doing X, Y, and Z, you kind of been moving all meek, and you know what I'm saying. So this is a moment for Shoto to show, like, yeah, this is Shoto to show his moment, like, all right, cool, I'm actually he's gonna beat his brother. He's gonna get his W. Like his brother isn't just gonna go out in this blaze of fire like he wants. Like he gets to actually stop his older brother in his tracks and stop his plan and actually get this W. Like Dabi dying and killing himself is still a Shoto L, and that's like in it. You know, I think impact wise, Endeavor dying is way more impactful than Dabi dying.
I think it depends on the execution for that, because like if they set it up to where Shoto, like, you know, he almost saves him and Dabi's just at the end, like it all depends on how he executes it for it to work for me. I could just see it happening on both ends. Like if he doesn't die, like, all right, cool, that's a W for the family, woohoo. But I'm just saying, like, him dying would be a little bit more impactful. Like Endeavor dying too would be really impactful too. I'm not gonna hold you there. Like that shit would be. I think that would definitely be a very strong move in terms of, you know, the sacrifice for his family, the sacrifice to really show that he was a proper number one hero. But at the same time, it's like, who's gonna take the brunt of another hero attack? Like, are we gonna have to keep trying to call reinforcements to help build us back up? Like other countries can't do that. I'm seeing it from like a different perspective in terms of like who else can arrive, especially because we had damn old girl who was the number one hero, like, and every Star and Stripe, the whole situation with her, like, there's a lot more that could, you know, fall into play when it comes to this final battle. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm yeah, whatever. That's enough of My Hero talk. Let's move on to other and better things. Tired of My Hero. You know what? It last week it didn't really hit me, but now like really thinking about Black Clover ending, I'm like, damn. Like SJ's
You've been
about to
on
be
break for
losing a
3 months.
lot. The best.
What you mean?
Yeah,
What
first
you mean on break
yeah,
for 3 months?
Yeah.
they're gonna be on break for 3 months, but then they hit their final arc.
Yeah.
So by the middle of probably next year, they'll be gone.
That really depends on how
So
long the
think
arc
about this.
runs.
So think of, yeah. I mean, what, 3 months? What's
Because this arc in itself, I think,
No,
took like
hell yeah.
2. Hold on.
You said it took how long did this arc take?
I think this arc took like 2 years, 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, this demon one, because it was progressing through the chains. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think this last arc is gonna be a short one. I think if they come back, because what's the math?
When
The
they
last
come
one's
back,
in
it
late
ain't
April.
no way in hell
June,
that
July.
this is going longer than a year. But let's say give them a year, right? Let's give them a year. They come back another year. Like, think about this: they're losing My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Black Clover all within a year, or within like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, Mashle
That's
gonna be
like
short.
3.
Yeah, Mashle is in his final arc.
Mashle's in its final arc. That's another one that they're losing.
Yozakura should be
wrap up. Yozakura might be finishing up around that same. Like they might fuck around and announce that their final arc is coming up soon. Like they're losing a lot. And like, granted, they have a lot of great things going on right now, like still, but like those are 3 like, not to like put them like this, but like those are, I mean, they're 3 mainstays. Like those are 3 really big mangas that are running right now.
Yeah, because
so
we will have to look at everything that's left right now too. So we would have Sakamoto Days, which
I feel is low key gonna be I think that's gonna be the one to take over.
Sakamoto Days is really gonna be the mainstay.
I would listen, as much as I want something like Spy Family to be that, being bi-monthly, it doesn't really help their case.
Yeah,
Sakamoto Days is really consistent.
Chainsaw's coming back. Chainsaw Man is coming back later this year.
But that's the thing, because all of those are still like, that's not even Weekly Jump. Those are like the other things. So it's like in Weekly Jump itself, we would have Ayashimon, Elusive Samurai,
depending
Sakamoto
how that
Days,
keeps going.
Doron.
Elusive Samurai's losing steam, bro. Uso
Yeah.
Samurai. It started off like that, but it really ain't like that no more.
I'm about to try to catch up on it. I feel like there's
It's
something
kind of
I
there.
it's kind of mid
haven't.
right now.
It's yeah. It's fart noises. It's bad. It's it's
Okay,
butt cheeks, bro.
bad is Earthchild. Okay, bad is Earthchild. I think Elusive went from I thought it was gonna be really good to like you're average. You're like mid of the pack. You're like off the bench. Like you kind of keep my attention for like 2 seconds. But I'm not saying fart noises. Fart noises is Earthchild. I've given up on that. I'm just reading it to read until it gets canceled at this point.
Same. Honestly, same. I mean, there is a new one coming out like next week or whatever. So we got to see how that runs. But that could also be fart noises.
What
Witch
about the
Watch. I mean, Witch Watch is good. I just don't. I just don't see it being. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see it being like that top tier. It's
I
really good though.
I think it'll keep the charm as long as it keeps playing on like the modern day type of Disney Channel Wizards of Waverly Place type shit. You feel me? Like
That's true. I'm trying to think. Shit. Trojan X could be, but I think it's just too dark.
yeah.
Kaiju number 8,
I think Kaiju number 8 has a good future.
what about that
definitely.
Doran thing? I think it has. It's still in its infancy, but I think not like one of the ones, but I think it could still be like the fourth or fifth best at once it kind of gets its big rhythm.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I like that
Yeah, I
direction.
mean it hits all the good shonen tropes and vibes.
Yeah,
It it's very, it's fan servicey just enough. I could see it lasting long. If they just continue to stay on the path that they on, don't try to do nothing too much,
yeah.
they'll be all right. Um
They
I
can
feel the
afford
same
to
way
get a
with
little crazy.
Ashima though. They could. I think they've played it pretty safe so far.
Yeah.
Ashima, I
Oh
mean
yeah.
they're wicked. But like once again though, I think this is just a shout out to Chainsaw Man. Like Chainsaw Man
Byproduct of
really,
Fujimoto.
yeah, like you can really tell that after Chainsaw Man, like these mangas can take weirder risk
Yeah. And
now. Like especially some of the stuff. I mean, you could tell like there's definitely an influence there.
yeah, I was watching a YouTube video, totally not Mark. He was reading like Chainsaw Man for the first time. He was really breaking down like, bro, Chainsaw Man's panel structure, all the shonen tropes, everything from the story characters. It like really changed the game for like everything that's come out since then. So I think with Ayashimon especially, man, like Kaku has been going crazy. Like I think even with this stuff with Hell's Paradise was really good. I think Ayashimon will have a long running future. It's just weird, man, because like even with like Undead Unluck in itself, like it seems like it's in its final arc, but even then, it's like I feel like I need to reread Undead Unluck to appreciate everything that they've been trying to tell, because like it's been here for a minute and like it's been vibey, like it's been good, but it just doesn't feel
It's
like one of
it's
them
getting
ones.
it's getting it's getting yeah, it's not. It's getting to become too much.
Yeah,
It's just too much going on. There's too much that has happened. Sometimes it's like hard to follow. Like sometimes the power system doesn't make sense to me. Like it does a little too much. I can't get with it.
Okay, question, because I've been promising y'all for like 3 to 6 months I was gonna read Undead Unluck, and I finally got my iPad. I think I don't know if it's you or Mills or one of the guys are talking about reading off of the iPad, and it's like I've been reading mangas so much better off of this bigger screen.
Bro, I'm telling
When
you,
you
it's
say
a game changer when you do it.
Yeah, when you say it's too much, right? Because I think we've seen a lot of things where, and I'm like, big bad take McGee. I'll be having some bad takes with some of these things that I thought were going to survive, like that Red Hood and other things. When we're saying things like, too much or too little, like Earthchild, we're being honest, all three of us agreed, and a lot of people in the Discord, um, it's giving too little, right? It's just like if you're gonna do something, like kind of like make it serious, to go all the way. Like a time skip would have been perfect, and the fact that we're not getting a time skip, this is kind of like you're moving too slow. There's no action. So with Undead Unluck, what is too much is like just way too much information, too many fights, too many dialogue. Like what makes it too much that you guys are just like, eh?
I mean, I'll let you have it because
Oh, well, I mean, for me, too much is just like they're trying to throw too many different like not like storylines in the pot at one time. We're just trying to throw like too much ingredients in the pot, and you're like, man, you could take like one or two of these motherfuckers out. Like that's for me, and them doing too much is not to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, like it's unreadable or it really destroys the main storyline, but you know, like Andy's backstory and like him being like this, you know, him having like these two personalities, but then also like Fuko and his relationship, and you don't know, you know, and it's just like there's so many different like things and moving pieces going on, whereas you're kind of just like you don't know what to pay attention to for a moment. You're just kind of like, all right, it's just a bunch of shit happening. You're like, all right, I don't really know what part of the storyline to latch onto or what thing to latch onto for the moment. So you just kind of go along with this ride, and you're kind of just like, all right, well, I guess I gotta just be blind to whatever destination they're trying to bring us in. Like, especially this whole last thing with like Ragnarok and all this shit. Like sometimes this shit just feels like thrown together.
yeah, I think for me, like especially with your last point, like sometimes it does feel like things are being like introduced or thrown together. Because for me in the beginning, they were introducing like a lot of characters really well. Like they introduced like the originally they were hunters, like they were being hunted down in the beginning, and people were just trying to get rid of them because they got their powers, their negators, and everything. And it just felt like, oh shit, it's turning from a mission about staying alive, you know, because people are actually hunting us down to like now we're actually trying to go and defeat God because we need to find a person who gave us these powers and, you know, make him pay for his crimes. And then you have the opposing team that's like, you know, they've been wronged by the world because of the powers. So they it's like the characters themselves are fine. The plot and story is okay in the beginning. It's like every 10 chapters there's a reveal that kind of makes you have to go back and read it. But even then, at certain points, it just feels like it gets a little bit too much when they reveal something new in the plot. Like a lot of things that they do make sense. I mean, it kind of follows a laws of nature type of thing, like where if this rule applies to somebody, then you have to find out all the conditions for it. Like we have a person who is unseen, but he can bleed and he's there. It's not like he's like in like completely invisible, like you can pass through him, like he's a physical body and he's just unseen. But like that's how all of their powers work. And I think that's a cool concept, but just when they start introducing other things like in this latest arc, it feels kind of like, all right, where are we going with this? Now I actually have to be along for the ride because of what you're doing here. So that's for me with Undead Unluck. I just have to see where it goes because I've already spent so much time in it.
I bet. So I just downloaded the first like 20 chapters on my iPad, but I just wanted to know because I think from what both of y'all said, it's kind of like when we're reading a manga and we're introduced to the world and we understand the rules, this is the tempo that we're going at. And I guess from what you're saying is the tempo that it was in the beginning of like the first quarter, third, and where we are now is a completely different tempo. It's like the rhythm is kind of like murky because like what LJ said with the ingredients analogy. It's just, yo, bro, you guys had this. Now you're adding more stuff, and it's cool, but some of this makes sense. Some of this is a lot, and I'm just distracted on what is the A, B, and C, and D plot lines because now you have E and F, and it's just like, do we need to talk about this now? Do we need to follow it now? So I get you on that. Sometimes it's way too much, and you can just hone in on the first two or three storylines and then release other things eventually. So okay, I got y'all.
Hey, y'all see the Jump Giga shit
Yeah, for the villains,
for the 2022 spring? They got some shit lined up. They got a Horikoshi and Akutami interview. You know,
mm,
Akutami should better be popping this shit out with Horikoshi, telling him he whack.
mm, mm, gotta pop
Punk
that
ass
bitch.
nigga, get like me. Get like me. Get the,
I
but no,
outsold
they
you
got the
last year.
villains promotional page. They got the Cullen Games visual page.
Yeah, you seen the
They got
Sakamoto
the Hawks
stickers?
villain. I ain't see those. You see the Hawks villain report? Why my nigga
Mm.
Hawks so swaggy, bro? My boy Hawks got a Rolex on. Imagine fighting crime with a Rolex on And he look like he got some chrome heart jewelry too.
Mm.
Hawk's really built different.
Yo, since we talking about swaggy, who are like the swaggiest people of Shonen Jump, bro? So you talking about like Hawks and
Anybody in
Tsunade,
anybody in Sakamoto days, just choose one.
anybody?
Doesn't matter. Just choose one in Sakamoto days. They're easily the best drawn dress characters in entire Shonen Jump.
Okay.
I'm
Sakamoto
basing my
days.
whole style. I'm basing my whole style off of dressing like I'm a character in Sakamoto days.
Shit.
All right.
Goddamn
They
Lloyd.
all look extra. Oh yeah, Lloyd be flea. Anya,
Yeah, I'm about to say
she
the
be flea too.
spy family with Lloyd and well for us the guys is Lloyd, but for was it your? I think she'd be having some pretty cool fits for like the ladies
Oh
on
yeah.
her ensembles.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jujutsu Kaisen for sure. Yeah, they be swaggy on there. My boy Hikari, my boy Hikari Puerto Rican, so that you know. I don't know.
Yozakura, they be kind of clean.
Yozakura,
The older brother be having on like the little, you know what I'm saying?
You be having the suits on and tuxedos and stuff. Other than that, though, they be dressing all weird on there. I can't really get with it.
Kyle be having the jumpsuit on. He got the Nike joggers and shit.
Yeah, see,
he got the tech. He got the tech, the Nike tech.
No,
it's not the tech, bro. It's not the tech. It's just it's the $40 fleece, bro. It's the $40 fleece. I wouldn't say people. One Piece hits here and there.
Yeah.
When they be getting the full, when they go into full,
they go crazy for Nami. They go crazy for Nami.
Oh yeah, they go crazy for Nami.
For Nami and Robin, they go crazy.
Nami. Oh yeah, for sure.
And Sanji always be dressed
full
nice.
Garb.
Yeah,
when they go into full garb and like full, like you could tell that they in a whole different, when they get real cultural.
Yeah,
they go to a different island. They start,
they really be putting it on.
Yeah, they start wearing dashikis and whatever else they at. They can tell you they go full cultural appropriation on there. It's tight. Nobody in Blue Box really gets fits off.
Nah,
I mean, they kids, so they can't really get too swaggy, bro.
What you mean? I know some swaggy kids.
I mean, okay. First of all, you probably know them in real life, and they have a reason to be swaggy. These kids over there, they're not. It's not Kingdom Hearts. It's not none of them weird ass fashion senses. Like these are like athletes. Athletes back then. They only had athletes.
You know what? Hey, I'm not. You know what? I'm hating. Chibi getting her little fits off with the sweater vest and the button up. The sweater vest with the button up and the skirt. She be going crazy. Ain't she be having the loafers on? Yeah.
Hold on.
All right, so I guess I'm glad Cyrus isn't here because we really have to figure out this Kyle situation.
Listen, man. I know where you're coming from with that, man. I gotta see it, man. I just gotta see how you really gonna play it. Are we gonna do the power of friendship? Is he gonna?
I'm fully letting go that he's a hater, and I'm fully just going into he just likes Taki too. I'm fully buying into that. I think he just likes Taki also. I think he likes him also, man.
Cyrus is not here, and I pray that he listens to this episode with the full vengeance of hating me. But I'm just gonna be real, guys. I've been paying attention to this ever since y'all put the rest of us on, and I'm just gonna look at it. Nothing in me makes it look like this dude likes any of these girls. Like the way he's moving is like it's not like he's trying to sabotage his mans. It's like he's like low key trying to get information and he's trying to sabotage either of the girls. And it's like, but why? Like, do you want one of them? It doesn't seem like you do. So what do you want, bro? Like, what do you really want? And
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm very confused,
bro. He wants Taki. That's what it is. I was just fully buying into that. I just think he likes Taki too. Why not? Spice it up a bit. Make Blue Box a little, you know what I'm saying? Why not? Throw that little curveball in there. See how
make it progressive.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, it's the times now. Listen, love who you want to love. You gotta shoot a shot. I mean, Taki really don't be, how do you know? Taki questions everything anyway. So he'll just be like, well, shoot, maybe I like him too. No, like you never know. That's all I'm saying. Is that I just, I'm just fine. I'm fully buying into that.
That'll be a full plot
AD,
twist.
you quiet. Are you agreeing with the LJ skip Hive right now? Because I mean, I'm just saying, bro. It just looks clear to me.
I don't know where y'all coming from with this. I know where y'all coming from with this, but I'm just like, I gotta see it
I don't.
happen.
Listen. I'm just saying it as I don't want. I would rather him be that than it turns out he a full blown hater. That would hurt because that's really his man's. Like that's really his dog.
But
And
that's why
like
I'm
if it
like,
turns out that he was like, if it turns out that he was really being a hater, because people keep saying like, oh, he's just looking out. I'm like, this is looking out in a really weird way. Like I would feel weird if my homie was looking out like this. I'm just like saying these little slick statements on the side, yada yada. I'm like, why are you pillow talking? It's
he's a
weird.
little
It's
dirty
weird.
macking and everything, man.
Yeah, man. It's just the stench of Dirty Mac in there. It's the stench of LL Cool J in this. I'm just like, I can't get with it. I can't
My
get
man
with it.
said the stench of LL Cool J. Oh my
It's
goodness.
bro. I don't know, man. I just can't get with it. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
For
I
me,
don't know how I
man,
feel about it yet.
I gotta see it play out because I'm still calling this jump. I feel like they're gonna do some type of power of friendship where it's like, you know, they're gonna have to overcome their different because they're teammates, right? So if something gets out with them and like he's dirty macking on, China or Chi, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever happens, and we get to see like whatever comes from that. Like let's say they're playing a doubles match and these niggas are down because all the word got out. Their team, they're out of sync. You know what I'm saying? They're in the nationals. Like think of all the stuff that could come from that and them trying to overcome. This is like if Blue Box gets to that point, like probably I'll say a year and a half to 2 down the line because I feel like it could run that long. But like just imagine a storyline that could come from that.
I think Blue Box could run for a minute. That's another
Yeah,
one I think that once all these other bigger ones, if they're still running, it could slide into those.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't.
Like,
It's exciting too because you got to think like, man, of all probably the new titles that we're gonna end up getting that we haven't, that haven't come to fruition yet. It's just I think just My Hero Black Box and or Black Box, My
yeah,
Hero Black Clover and Jujutsu Kaisen all pretty much being like, hey, we're on our final arc. Even Mashle being like, hey, we're on our final arc. It's it's cool to think like damn, like there's a real possibility of like something new coming around or something else stepping up for this moment. You
yeah.
know,
Especially with I know we joke about it for One Piece, but like even One Piece is getting down to its last like I guess 5 or so years. So even in the landscape 5 years from now, how's that gonna look? What will be still, running at that time? Even if something goes on break like, for a little minute that's going on
My
right
Hero
now.
broke my heart though, and Black Clover because I definitely thought both of those were gonna run to about 500 plus.
Yeah. I still think Black Clover could, because that's what I'm saying. Like, they announced it's the final arc, but this last one took
Where
this
is
long of
Black
a time.
Clover at now?
It's at 330.
Where's Black Clover sitting at? 330? Hell, they ain't reaching 500.
But that's what I'm. How long? This last arc took them.
330?
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lot to be answered. Like even with them
330. So
recognizing what
they're
happened
at
with
331.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do
250
the
chapters?
next one 100? You think that this next arc is gonna be
270?
250 chapters?
It could. That's all I'm saying. It could, because there are a lot of things.
Yo, AD, you are bugging, bro.
I'm just saying.
You think this next arc is gonna be 250 chapters? It'll
Just
be
hear me out. Just hear me out, right? So here's the thing with the last few chapters of Black Clover. The last few have
Black
been
Clover
getting
ends
shorter and shorter. Like that's my thing with Black
Black
Clover.
Clover ends at 457 chapters.
It all just solely depends on how many pages that he's gonna put out. Like what all gets explored. It's really all depending on that because we still have to go through. And I've been watching some Black Clover videos because I'm like, damn, bro, it is going to be on his last leg. Like whenever it comes back, like it's really going to be on the final arc. So I've been watching some videos on it. I'm like, damn, like we still got to answer who Asta's dad is, the whole shit with Julius, why he even became the Wizard King, all of that stuff with, how he got here in the first place. There's stuff like that.
Do we really
Yami's
want to know who
homeland.
Asta's dad is, though?
It's a theory that Julius is Asta's dad or something like that. because
Dang.
the demon's name is
Julius
Alsteroth,
Crack.
and then like his name is Alsta, so it looks the same or whatever.
Interesting.
Dang.
I do want to say,
My nigga
technically,
clapped his
they only
moms. That's
they've
crazy.
they've only had one Wizard King. I remember reading about that, and Julius has been the Wizard King that they know of. Nobody knows about any Wizard King before him
I mean,
by the
the
history
one that
books.
was the stone from the that came back to life from the Elf War. Those are the only two people. But that's why I'm like, when did this happen? Like, we still got to know more about that shit. Like, there's so much that they could explore.
I feel like it's like a Harry Potter fairy tale, and I'm not a fan of fairy tale. As a person that loves Rave Master to death, shout out to Horror Glory, staying in the building. Like fairy tale been going on just with fluff for a long time, and I feel like similar kind of like energies in Black Clover. Even though I think Black Clover is a more superior body of work when storytelling. Um, I think it could go long. Would I want it to go that long? No. I just feel like just get to the point. If you could do it in the next 120 chapters, knock it off and like end it strong, cool. But I don't want them to like fluff it forever just for like the sales. Because like, yo, bro, you guys have done a lot. Let's just try to close this chapter as strong as possible.
Hey, shout out to this is completely off topic. Shout out to Kato from Blue Exorcist. My man's went on a
Oh
damn
yeah,
near a year-long break and just came back this month.
yeah.
That's real. I need to just really load it up on PTO and was just like, I'm finna use all of it at once. My man was chilling.
How y'all think about Blue Exorcist? I'm always kind of like
I
having.
bang with Blue Exorcist.
I said I was gonna finish reading it because I watched the anime for it and I
I
fucked with
like
it.
it, man. Listen, bro, it's once again, it's super shonen. It's shonen to the core. It ain't nothing like, but it's fun. It's a fun read.
Yeah,
Like it you get really invested into it. You like the characters. You kind of like this quarrel that the brothers have. Like it's cool. I bang with Blue Exorcist. I'm
I'm
happy they came back.
I was reading Seraph of the End. Like I be reading that on and off, and I kind of want to catch up
Hey,
on
I
that too.
love Seraph at the end, bro. Listen, hey, listen, Seraph at the end, that got some blue box feels to it. That's what Kyle and Taki need to be on, bro. They be on these
Oh
Seraph at the
my
end.
god, get it.
That's what they need to be on, bro.
I mean,
Come
you not.
on. Come on.
I see what
You
you
telling me
talking
that
about.
wouldn't be fire? You couldn't tell me that wouldn't be fire. He got if Kyle was on his
Hey
Mika shit.
yo,
If Kyle wasn't on
hey
his Mika shit,
yo.
come on. That's what Blue Box needs. The streets need it on the low. I need it.
You know
Spice it
what?
up. Why
I
not?
wouldn't. I wouldn't be upset at it. Now that you done put
You
that thought
see
in
what I
there.
mean? See what I
Oh,
mean? Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
When am I wrong? When am I wrong? Really, I shoot really like 90% from the field. Like I shoot like 90% from the field, man. Like, come on, that'll be hot. The people will love it. Blue
Oh
box
man.
sales go up immediately. They'll be top 5 end of the year
Oh
sales. They
my
do that.
god. It would go
I'm
up though.
telling you,
I'm not.
bro.
It
It
would
will.
definitely. That would be another market untapped. I will say
Another
that.
listen, bro. Listen, man. When you seen Shonen Jump take it this far, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, why not?
They be
Why
having them in like
not
the
do it?
harems. They do them in the harems. Like they did it in Nisekoi somewhat. I think.
Did them in the harems. That's funny.
I'm just saying.
Oh man.
But man, have y'all been reading some like the Jump Plus stuff?
Like
I
the
needed.
Don,
Uh,
that Jump Plus,
I think so.
the Dan that
I
Dan
think
Dan.
I think it
Yeah,
is.
Uh, yep.
shit's
Don Don's
fire.
really good. That's another
Yeah.
swaggy
Shit's
one. They be getting
fire.
hits off of
Yeah.
there.
People, I wish people could read it more because I have to go on like a side website. I don't know why I can't. I don't have access to Jump Plus like easily, but like the
You get on
storytelling in that
Manga
is like
Plus.
Yeah.
I might have to switch over to that because I have like the Shonen Jump app, so I'm just gonna have to get the Manga Plus app. But the storytelling is pretty good, bro. Like I just be like, I don't know what to expect, and I like when I'm like reading things that I don't know what we're going to do. I just know I'm along for the journey. I'm just along
Yeah.
for the ride. Like Sakamoto Days is zany to me. It's like a similar level of zany, just with the spirits and stuff like that, and spirits and demons and aliens. I was like, you guys make this fun as hell. This is awesome. We gotta talk about that more.
Yeah.
That series.
Yeah. It's definitely a fun one. I'll be looking forward to it on Mondays, man. It'd be something close. I'm not gonna hold you. I started taking a peep at Ashi. I watched the 4 episodes.
Yes, go. We here. Come on, talk about it, AD. Talk
Listen,
about
man.
how you saw the light.
Listen,
Tell the people how you saw the light.
Listen,
Tell the
man.
people how
I
you saw the
see the
light.
vision. I see the vision, dog.
I'm telling you, bro.
Ashito, man. Listen, man. I really just wanted him to headbutt that one nigga from the youth team, dog. I'm not gonna hold you. I wanted him to snap one good time, man.
You talking about the bald dude? You talking about what's his name?
I forgot his name, but he was the one who tried out and was the only one who made it. And he's a first year.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Nah. Hey, listen.
He was talking grime.
Watch that. Hey, hey. First of all, my man's. I know you hate him right now, but just gotta sit back and enjoy the ride.
Oh,
bro.
you talking about him? Yo. AD for everybody else is like, yo, y'all gotta. Because I was feeling the same way like you, but when the anime gets caught up to the point that we at right now, and like there's a lot of development all over. Like,
I believe it.
This is way better than Blue Lock and a lot of other things. I remember before, like, LJ's like, why are you reading that trash, Blue Lock, bro? Like, come over on this side. And I was like, yo, bro, give me some time. He's like, Skip, you dumb. And then I started reading this, and I was like, yo, bro, LJ, I'm delivered, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It definitely gives me Ace of Diamonds / Epo, but like
it's realistic, bro, and like how they deal with and how they deal from here to the tryouts and everything else. And like I hope that in the manga they really be breaking down like the game of soccer. Like they bring up play types, players, like everything. Like and they draw the comparisons, and they don't do it in a way where it's like too much or too wordy, but like how they draw it in and draw the comparisons, it's amazing. Also, because Blue Lock was brought up, I think Blue Lock the anime is gonna be much better than the manga. Blue Lock the anime is gonna be like, whoa, like it's
gonna be Karuto in a basket.
Appealing. Yeah, like it's gonna be exactly like that. But I think manga wise, it don't work for me.
I actually learned soccer from this. Like Blue Lock doesn't teach you soccer; it teaches you like superstar mindset and scorer mindset, but it doesn't teach you the game of soccer. It doesn't help you understand the game. Like
Ashi's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's connected with the game as a whole.
Yeah,
like.
And that's why I said it feels like an Ace of Diamond thing, where it's like it goes through the simulations of like the players, their positions, everything of that nature. Like, and I find that really fun. I just like also like where I'm at least in the beginning. They aren't the greatest. Like they're leftovers, and they're just trying to make it. They all got these dreams of like trying to hit it big, and I'm like, man, I really can't wait to see where this goes.
Kobayashi got another one called for Matt's Cuisine. That's really good that I enjoy. He's Kobayashi's the writer of Aoashi, but he has another one where there's this mathematician and he like drops out of like the math Olympics, and then he like takes his math skills and applies them to like culinary. It's crazy.
I am very intrigued by that because cooking does require a lot of measurements and slight mathematics. It's just like making sure everything's perfect with the servings of like ingredients. So that actually is kind of fascinating.
Yeah, it's tight. I bang with it. Listen, man. I mess with it. Listen. Kobayashi's nice with it. I'm sad that Aowashi's on its final arc too. All my loves are ending.
No,
all my loves
really.
Yeah, it's on its final crazy. Arc. All my loves are ending, bro. It's making me sad. I don't know how I feel about that.
I've just been diving into. I don't know how I feel about that.
See, my thing is, my issue is I get obsessive when I read. So it's like when I read something, like I can't just it's hard for me to try to read multiple things at a time. It's even hard for me to try to watch multiple things at a time.
Oh yeah, no,
when I read something, I'm just like, I need to read it all right now. That's why I really don't like as much as I love like starting a manga new and starting with something that's like in its early stages, like I like reading stories that are damn near completed already. And then just being like, oh, okay. And then hopping into it and then reading it as a whole and reading it as a full story, or or at least when it's more in the middle of where it's going. Like, I don't mind being late to the party, but I just be knowing when shit's hot. I'll be like, yeah, this is the one.
That's how I be feeling about Jump Plus stuff sometimes, man. Because like they'll drop like 4 or 5 chapters at one time, like for a new release or whatever, and I'm like, I'll give it a shot just because it's like it gives me enough to where like I like after the first chapter, I'm like, all right, if this is really something I really want to keep up with, I'll keep reading. And then, but they'll drop 4 at a time, so I'm like, all right, so they really want me to see where the story is going, so I'll read these 4 because obviously there's something going on here. Like that's how I fuck with Don to Don. That's how I ended up liking what is it? It's one on there called the Divine Cuisine. That one's kind of nice.
Like, oh yeah, you put me on to that one.
That one's actually
that one's good.
Yeah, man. And then you had Akutami's assistant on Marriage Toxin. That one's actually pretty nice too. I actually like.
I haven't read it yet.
Hey man, it might.
You sent it to you sent it to me like 3 times too. My bad.
No, you man. Listen, I feel what you're saying, but like I think that's when you give it enough chapters or whatever. I would say don't hop in right away. Like you really not missing nothing in the early stages.
Yeah. But slow week in Shonen Jump. Skip, thank you for joining us on this episode again. Obviously, you are a Big Eyes alum. Happy to always have you on, just to kind of kick this shit while we had a slow week.
Wait, real quick. What would be your top 8? Like as far as where we are right now, what would you like to rank? Like if you could make a top 8 off the cuff.
Are we talking to me directly right now?
Yeah.
Yes. Top 8 mangas that are currently running. You don't have to say current chapters. What are the top 8 mangas that are running right now?
All right. And I don't got to put them in order, or I just listen to 8?
Nah, put them in order.
Fuck.
Now you got to deal with what we got to deal with.
Damn, you bastards. Okay, cool. I'm going to start from 8. Because I got to work backwards. I think 8 right now. I'm gonna put 8.
We'll make it easier for you. We'll just do 5. You don't gotta do 8.
All right.
Do 5.
All right. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, cool. I think because we all been talking about is consistency. I do like MHAV. I think MHAV, the Vigilantes, has been really consistent, more consistent than MHA. I don't think I'm gonna put, surprisingly, even though I love MHA, I'm gonna go by consistency and just firepower. I'll put MHA in top 8, top 10. So I'm putting MHAV at 5. At 4, I gotta put Sokomoto Days. At 3, I'm putting Blue Box. At 2, I'm putting Spy, and at 1, I'm putting JJK. Like if I had honorable mentions, I'm putting Kaiju. I'm putting MHA. I'm putting the comedy one. The one with the girl.
Or Akane Banashi.
Yeah, those are honorable mentions, but we're just looking at just fewer right now off the cuff, for the course of the last 4 to 6 months of this year. I like those 5. Even though some of them probably won't be here till like next year, but I do like those 5.
For sure. Yeah. We can end it on that note. We're gonna end with Skip's top 5. Y'all can go argue with him. I'll make sure that his ad is perfectly posted.
Hey man, my ad's the same everywhere, bro. So honestly, I ain't running.
Listen, so we'll make sure his ad's proudly posted. But nah, man, as always, appreciate you for coming on to the Big Eyes podcast. And as always, y'all know where to find us. The Lookout, RNC, wherever you listen to podcasts, whatever your favorite social media spot is, we're there. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to RNC Radio Live and all the big things popping over there. And AD, what's the sign off?
Please read more manga, watch more anime, and be on the lookout, only on the lookout for the Big Eyes podcast.